We particularly were praying for folks who would come in with a heart and passion with regards to the youth, and God has brought those people into the church. Key areas in the church where we kind of felt that we were perhaps a bit short, needed a few extra bodies. God again has brought those people in. And the fact we've been able to book the town hall for the whole of 12 months is just incredible. And I think even in the context of some of the training, we know for a fact we've got people who have already got non-Christian friends who are chomping at the bit to come to church next week and find out what all the fuss is about and find out more about the God that these people follow. And I think that, above everything else, is probably the biggest excitement for us. Even over the evangelism training sessions, the equipment times that we've had non-Christian along to that, and who've been wanting to know more about the gospel. What is the gospel? What does it mean to me? How does it relate to me? And so I just think, as much as anything, it's those conversations. The positive response from the churches in Brackley, and many who have kind of sent letters and have come in to support us next week. So I think all of those kind of little things all amalgamate together. And I think as well, just a growing sense of anticipation and excitement from the folks that are going to be part of the core group of the church, that this is right. It's scary in one sense, because we're moving from being a part of a big church. They're going to be on the rotas a lot more often, even if they don't know it at the moment. This is the announcement when they find out. But it's just a chance to get our hands in and get dirty really in terms of kingdom work in Brackley.
Could I just ask you if you could describe your feelings as you enter into this new chapter?
I guess it's a mixture really, talking with folks even this week from the source. I think a mixture of sadness today. For different people, this has been their home church for different lengths of time. For some it's been 9 years or more, for some for a shorter period of time. But for us as a family it's been 4.5 years. So there's that sadness of leaving something that you've been a part of that has really nurtured and fed you and helped you to grow up. So there is that sense of moving away and leaving friendships on that regular contact basis that we have. Of course, friendships will stay in touch. But there will be that sadness, certainly I think, as we kind of move and step out the door at the end as we leave. That kind of lump in your throat of knowing that actually you're leaving behind something that's been really good for you. But also that excitement as well, that there's something new. God is deliberately kind of building and drawing us towards something new. We know it's a God thing. And so because of that, there is that sense of excitement about what the future might hold. We don't know. We've no idea next week whether there's going to be 30 of us in the town or 150. We just don't know. That brings with it its own challenges and problems, but I think hugely exciting. And then probably in the mix is that sense of the unknown, a sense of uncertainty and caution, I guess. Again, we're going to have to be more involved than we are, perhaps even at the moment, in terms of having to really just get your hands stuck in lots of different areas, even areas that you're not particularly bothered about or passionate about. There's just jobs that need doing and people just need to serve. But I guess all of those kind of uncertainties, what it does is it just chucks you to your knees and means that we need to be dependent on God, not on ourselves. And hopefully that will stand us in good stead.
Can you, I don't want to put you on the spot here, but have you got a message you'd like to leave VCC before you go?
Thank you. I think would be probably the most important thing. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for the way that you've supported and encouraged us over the however many years it is that any of us have been here. This has been a place where we've grown, where we've been fed, where our passion for the local church has been either confirmed or reignited again, and where we've been equipped to such a point whereby the mission of this church, which is to get out there and to go and to make disciples, has so gripped our hearts that it confirms with us that actually we need to be a part of that in Brackley. So thank you for reigniting that passion in our hearts. Thank you for the way that we've been equipped while we've been here, Stu, for your teaching, for the way that you've nurtured and fed us, for the elders, for the way that you've supported us and encouraged us, and the staff and the trustees through this whole process. And for every one of you, some of you we know really well, some of you we don't know that well, some of you haven't got a clue who we are. But we know and are excited that God is building something and establishing something here, reigniting something, redeveloping something, reshaping something here, but also we're excited about what God is doing. So keep pressing into God, that's all we can say really. He is the source of everything that we need. He's our source of our strength and our power. of our motivation, and if we're going to do anything, it's got to be because we're dependent on him, not because we're brilliantly skilled or talented people. And as we depend on him and rely on him and lean into him, he will give us everything that we need. The gifts that we need, if they're not there, the strength that we need to keep going when we feel like we want to pack in, and the power to change communities, transform lives, and to see lost people come to know God. So keep on leaning into him, and none of us will go far wrong.
Last one, mate. What would you have us pray for? I mean, is there anything you're struggling with at the moment? Keep you on our hearts as we go. But anything, we're going to be praying for you later on as a team anyway. But is there anything just specific that would be really break through at this stage?
I guess, as we've talked this week, really, probably it's just the unity, I think, would be my one thing. The one place, I think, above all else. People are going to get, people are really busy at the moment trying to prepare and get ready for everything that's going on with kids' work and what's going on upstairs with the adult church and everything like that. And so people are given a lot of time and a lot of energy at sacrifices themselves and to their families. This afternoon we leave from here and we're going to go back and start the set-up. We're going to have a full set-up and a rehearsal and everything today. And there is that sense of excitement, but there's also that danger of relationships, because people get tired and fractious, and that sense of unity is the one thing that will tear us apart, I think. Particularly as other folks come and join us as well, that will stay true to God's promise and true to God's vision for what he wants for the church, not to be pulled left, right and centre by what others want us to do and what they think church should look like. We know the path that God has taken us on, and it's very easy to be very clear and very certain at the moment, but when lots of other voices start speaking into that, of course you have to listen to them, but also that we don't get distracted in that, really. So, and then that God will provide us with the people that we need and the resources that we need in order to get to it. Even at the moment we're begging, borrowing and stealing a whole load of technical stuff, partly because it hasn't been able to be delivered because of the snow, partly because at the moment we haven't got the resources to be able to go out and buy what we need to buy. But that's cool, that's fine, because that's part of it. But that God will provide us with the things that we need, and that we'll trust him with the rest, and continue to hold on to him above everything else. I think next week will be really exciting for us. A month down the road, when we're a smaller group of people because all the visitors aren't there anymore, it'll be that time when the rubber hits the road, and that then we stay true to the vision and the passion that God has given in our hearts, really. So.
Right, thank you very much, Steve. Hold you in our prayers, we'll sort that out in a short while. Bless you, mate. Yeah.